we're going to move on to F1 Academy.
F1 Academy.
The women were back this weekend. They were racing also, of course,
Yes.
in Zandvoort,
Yes.
or how I like to say, Vanzort.
Wortsan.
Whatever. I don't know why.
I don't know why you, like, it's not even, it's 2 words. It's 1 word.
Yeah, I know. I don't know where I got this from.
It's funny. But yeah, so the women were finally back. It's been a minute since they were racing again. Because last time they raced was in Montreal, which was mid-June.
Yeah.
So it's been 2 months since the women were racing. So I was ready for it.
Yes.
Because, of course, there's still a big championship fight happening.
Yes. Technically contested by 3 people.
Yes, exactly. So that's why there's still a battle going on. They have 2 races a weekend in F1 Academy. They're about 20 to 30 minutes a race.
Yeah, the first race on Saturday is a reverse grid for the top 8.
Yes.
So that means if you qualified in P1, you start in 8th place. It is actually something they did in the very first season of F1 Academy. Then for the second season, the one that we were able to watch last year, they got rid of it, and now they reintroduced it. While I don't think a reverse grid is a thing that I would ever want to see in F1. I do think it is fantastic for the junior categories, because then it's like also like go ahead and overtake, you know.
It's good.
You
And
know?
it's also, they don't give the full points, of course, for the Saturday race. There's a little bit of a difference there too, but it gives different opportunity. Like, people can experience different parts of the race. Like, people who have never led a race have the opportunity to lead a race. For example, we had the Austrian driver Emma Felbermeier
multiple times
leading a race for the very first time in her first season of F1 Academy. She came
first
from
time
karting.
in a single seater. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like it's a big thing for them to learn. So I think it's a great opportunity for this type of racing, especially because it's a junior league and you're learning to get ready for the other things. Before we get into the F1 Academy race, though, specifically, I do want to give a shout out, because we didn't know it last week by the time we were recording our video last week. Last year's F1 Academy champion got her first podium in GB3 last weekend. She came in 3rd for the first time. Abby Pulling.
The one and only.
Congratulations.
Yes.
I mean, I think you texted me on Monday about this. And I was a little bit upset that we didn't find out about it earlier.
I'm mad that I didn't even watch it, because I wanted to watch GB3 this year, but I haven't really watched it. I'm going to do a better effort next year. Wherever Abby's going to be, I'm going to watch it, because I know that she said she's been struggling in GB3, and I think that's fair, because it is a step up from essentially racing an F4 car going to an F3 car. They're faster. It's much more physicality. I think she said she had to gain like 8 kilos in muscles, and 8 kilos might not sound a lot, but it is a lot, especially if you're already not a big person, and then gaining that just in muscles. It's also so I'm super happy for her. And really well fought, and big congratulations to Abby Pulling.
Very exciting. And also, I was looking through the comments, and people were just so thrilled for her. I mean, she has big support in her corner. And it's also, people were all saying like, oh, it was just a matter of time. We all knew that you can do it. It's just getting there, and she did. So very exciting.
Absolutely.
But going back to now F1 Academy. So we had 2 races this weekend. The reverse grid started off. We did, I was a little nervous going into this weekend, or not nervous, but I was like, oh, I wonder if we're going to get a lot of safety cars, just because we saw a lot of action, of course, already for the guys in F1. There was a lot of spin outs and getting into gravel. So I was like, we'll see how the women will fare. However, we just got one safety car, because Nina Hausmann crashed out lap 1. So Tina, did I say something else? She ended up crashing out, which was a bummer, because she started in 2nd for this reverse grid. So it was a little bit of a bummer there for her. But we had Nina Gademan, Dutch driver. She was a wild card last year in Zandvoort. She's now full-time on the F1 Academy grid. She was leading the race the entire time, and she was able to take the first win, or the win of the first race of this weekend.
Dutch woman winning in Dutchland.
Yes.
in the Netherlands. Awesome. Really, really awesome for her to win.
And it was also a tough weekend for her because on
the day before she was considered unfit to race.
Yes. Then she had to do more testings to pass or to get the medical okay, which she ended up getting.
And it must be pretty bad if they're saying like you can't race, because all those drivers are lying about how good they're feeling so they can race.
Of course. So I tried to look it up. I didn't see during my first look up what exactly was wrong with her or what kind of injury she has. But I mean, good for her. I mean, she did it, and it was also her birthday on Saturday when she won.
Yes.
So it's like so many great things. You could also see how emotional she was when, of course, winning a first race after all this trouble over the weekend. It's your birthday. You're at home in front of home fans. I'm sure she had many friends and family there too, which is just a great thing.
Yes.
Then we also had Leah Block on the podium.
For the very first time.
Exactly. In the Williams. Yeah, finally. She's been doing really great outside of F1 Academy. She's been
rallying.
She's been going back to rallying again, and she's been killing it. Exactly.
Yeah. I'd love to see her at Dakar.
Oh, I can see her in Dakar eventually for sure. And then in third place, another home contender was Maya Werk. She came in third place, which was excellent because she had to make it quite far through the grid.
Yes, because she started in P8.
Because she was originally pole or in qualifying.
Yeah.
But then because of the reverse grid crack. So she drove all the way through. There was some really beautiful battling also against Chloe Chambers and Ella Lloyd. Unfortunately, Dorian had a really... I don't know what happened with her during that race, but she just kept losing positions.
Yeah, she kept dropping back. I'm uncertain if it was the setup of the car that wasn't really working for her, because she didn't have that in the second race. But for sure, that race wasn't really up her alley.
Yeah, but it just still something. It felt like something pace-wise didn't click for either race, really. It got better for the second race. But so that was really surprising because I definitely expected to see her on the podium also for the first race. I do also want to give a shout out, and that goes leading into the second race now, is for the wild card.
What a fantastic performance.
Yes.
The first actually wild card that has scored points.
Yes, this season. She ended up getting points in the second race.
Yes.
So I think it was Esme Kosterman. She was driving in the Vela car, sponsored by Vela. No. So TeamViewer. She was the TeamViewer one. My bad. She ended up coming in 7th place in the second race. So she got the full points.
There's no way she doesn't have a spot on the grid next year, because we have almost half the grid leaving.
Yeah, it's a lot of people leaving.
Which is, once again, it goes to this thing where sometimes I'm like, oh, that's so devastating, because there's some people where I'm like, I think one more season would be good for you.
Yeah.
Because then we could get your full potential. Like, for example, I think Maya Werk and Dorian, where I've been like, no, it's time for you guys to graduate out of this. Especially because I think... Like I like Dorian, but my heart has been a little bit captured by Maya, just because she has lost so many points in the championship, but because of car troubles, which is so unusual in F1 Academy, because everyone is racing in the same car. Yeah. It's just different setups. And that you're the one who has so many problems that you can't properly race both races of the weekend, and then your main opponent is doing so well,
or just also being consistent and scoring points every single race.
That is what Dorian has done this season. Every single, I mean, and you have to give credit for that. You are, even if you're not on the podium, you're scoring points. You're not making overtly mistakes, and this is why you're leading the championship. And then we actually had in second place in the championship going into the weekend and going into the second race. We had Chloe Chambers, who has been also battling for the championship, and then she's doing it during the warm-up lap.
No, she couldn't even start the car. She couldn't even get it off. Like, she couldn't even start it for the warm-up lap. They had to push her into the pits. They looked at the car. Eventually, she got out of it. And she left her helmet on, but you could just sense the devastation. Yeah. Because, they don't race very often, you know?
And you have, what is it? You have 2 or 3 more weekends, and then that's it.
Yeah, they have 2 more race weekends coming up. So 4 more races in total.
So that's Vegas is the last one, and then they're racing
Singapore is the next one.
And then Vegas, and then that's it. And then so you're trying to battle for the championship and then to hope that Dorian at least DNFs for one of them. This is a stretch, for someone who's so consistent.
It's really frustrating because especially coming into the season, I had high expectations, but also high hopes for Chloe Chambers.
And she has been delivering.
Because she has been delivering, but she has been a little bit unlucky. I think there was also this one race where she ended up crashing with Alicia Palmovsky, her Red Bull-ish teammate, which was a little bit of a bummer. But then also I wanted to point out the race 2 was insane right from the get-go. Because we had 3 things that happened at the start, and all 3 things impacted the end. First, we had, of course, Chloe Chambers couldn't even start the race. Huge upset because she started close to the front of the race, if I'm not mistaken. No,
Chloe?
I don't. Yeah,
Chloe started in 3rd.
Yeah. Okay. So she couldn't start the race. So then Leah, having a slip of mind when they come back from the warm-up lap, accidentally parks or stops her car in Chloe's space instead of her own, which is a row behind. So she had to move her car back.
She had to reverse.
Which is really tricky in those cars from what I hear, or getting it into reverse.
Yeah, there's something about reversing.
Something about it. So she gets it in, she reverses her car, but then she is too far back. So then she goes back into regular drive to move it forward to the line. However, then the lights come off already.
Starting procedure had already started.
Exactly. And her car was still rolling forward. So then she got a penalty, a 5-second penalty. No, did she get a 10-second penalty? She got a 10-second penalty for that. And then we also find out several laps in that Ella Lloyd, who was at that moment contending for 2nd place, had also was moving at the start. She just started just a hair too soon. She caught herself, but because the car moved, like it just flinched. It didn't really give an advantage.
No, you're not getting an advantage.
Not at all. But because the sensors read that the car moved before, she ended up getting a 5-second penalty.
It is so interesting to me. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously devastating because you're not gaining anything from that. We had this, I think it was last year. I think it was in the Austria race. Maybe it was a different one where Lando, his car jerked forward. And then he started the race, but he didn't get a penalty because the sensor didn't go off. But I thought his looked way more egregious than any of the ones that I've ever seen in F1 Academy, to be honest. So I don't know if they have a different sensor or he just got incredibly lucky. Yeah. But he also said in his post-race interview at the time that doing that if at all, it gives you a worse start because you're then all of a sudden you're like, oh fuck, you're panicked. And you're like, oh my god, and then it's probably throws off your whole process that you have when starting a race. So absolutely devastating, but it's also so insane that all of this happened and Maya Vög, for whatever reason, still gets the short end of the stick because yes, she ended up winning the race, but then her main rival again comes in 3rd because of all the penalties. So Dorian ended up making it on the podium.
So it was a huge win for Dorian because both Ella Lloyd and Chloe Chambers ended up losing out on. I mean, I'm assuming that Chloe Chambers would have been in the mix 100%. There because both of them were ahead of Dorian.
She was also super racy the day before, and I think in qualifying she had done really well to come into P3. So
it's exciting for Dorian, and of course, if you're a fan of hers, it is of course exciting that she does well.
And I'm happy for her.
Of course, I mean because she's also an Iron Dame, so we're of course a fan of hers.
Yeah.
And there's just something about the pocket rocket that it makes me root for her.
She's so cool.
Yeah,
she is honestly, if you imagine like this French person that is just like so cool and like cool, just cool, right?
Yes.
That's Dorian.
Yes, we were talking about it yesterday. I don't know why, but I always feel that when she talks, she also talks with her hands, and she has like this cool vibe about her, and it always feels like there should be a cigarette in her hand,
Not that French people, all French people.
No,
smoke
but
or something like that.
It just gives me like. Also,
there is something that is cool about like the visual look of someone's mind.
We're not endorsing cigarettes or anything.
But like, don't smoke, cancer, yada yada yada.
It's just the vibe, and also she always seems so much older.
Yeah.
She's like.
How old is she?
I think she's like early mid-20s maybe now.
Yeah.
But it just seems like it's just always when she does it. I don't know. I just find her so cool. I'm a big fan of hers.
Dorian.
How old is she?
21.
Oh, I thought she's been 21 for years now. So that's
I thought
why
she was 24. Yeah.
That's why I thought she might be. I mean, or it's maybe. Well, I really just met her last year.
Yeah.
So, but it seems like because I've experienced quote unquote so much with her now that it's been years.
Yeah, we've known each other.
So I feel like
But I wanted to also talk about this, and I don't know if you know this, but there was a special guest at the Dutch Grand Prix this past weekend. And Alicia Pomorski got to meet the special guest.
Special guest. Oh boy.
This is a callback to Y2K music. That is when I say, but this is she got to meet this band. It's a Y2K, and I'm pretty sure they're Dutch.
Okay.
That performed there.
Oh,
It's the Venga Boys.
Oh my God. I would not recognize them.
I don't think I would visually recognize them. I obviously know the song.
What are some of the songs?
Is it not Boom Boom Boom? I Want You in My Room.
Oh, boom 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 boom. I want you in my room.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
Hey, copyright.
Ooh, I mean, not that anybody would catch us, but
So I think I don't honestly know how that.
I have no clue.
I just hear always
that's
people.
So cool. I wonder though, because Alicia's young. Does she know who the Venga Boys are?
No, she was so excited meeting them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She took a picture with them.
Oh, that's
She
good.
was excited, and then later on there was also, because I watched a short of F1 Academy where they're at this, I think, after party where they're partying out to that.
Yes, I love that.
So I'm assuming because she is European that she knows them.
She's British.
She's British.
Yeah, I think Alicia Pomorski. She's British, but she's still very young. That's why I was like, oh, she probably doesn't know who.
No, she knew. She was so excited.
But she always gives me vibes that she seems older.
She's an old soul in her heart, but is also maybe
her parents
listen to that. I mean, you have access to the internet.
Our parents also listen to the Venga Boys. That's the only reason I know them.
Our mom would never listen to the Venga Boys.
No, that's definitely something that we would listen to now at night.
Yeah, 100%.
Cooking in the kitchen.
Yeah, 100%.
Anyways, so it was a good F1 Academy race weekend.
I would absolutely agree. And the cool thing is about the F1 Academy cars is also because they're much smaller. Mm-hmm. There's a little bit more racy, a little bit more overtaking on their track. Mm-hmm. So it was overall, I would say it was a great weekend back for F1 after the summer break, which was only 3 weeks this year. Last year we had 2 1 months breaks.
Oh, for F1, yes. Yeah, for F1 Academy, there was 2 months.
2 months, yeah. And I do really hope that they add a little bit more races for F1 Academy at some point. But
so F1 Academy will be back first weekend of October. Mm-hmm. They'll be racing in Singapore for their penultimate round of racing.
Good word.
Thank you. And then their last race weekend will be in Vegas, late November. So I'm very much looking forward to it. It's still close right now. Dorian leads by 20 points ahead of Maya Wurk, and then Maya Wurk is 14 points ahead of Chloe Chambers.
So that's 34 points for Chloe behind.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is a devastating amount.
But I mean, it's 2 races a weekend. So we have 4 races left, 2 full points races,
I guess
2 alternate point races. So there's still opportunities, especially in case there's any issues with anybody's cars. If they get caught up in the sauce, which can happen easily. Yeah. You know? So I mean,
I think it will be very difficult, and I understand her reaction because it's also unlike Lando. She doesn't get another try next year. That is it.
Yeah.
And it's with people for example, Leah Block. I'm always feel like if she would have another year, I think she would really find it. Mm-hmm. But it's just she doesn't get another year.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a
Well, at least not in F1 Academy. She can always do
another single season. Who knows if she would, because obviously rallying is her bread bread and butter.
I mean, that's where her dad also became incredibly famous.
She has the most experience in it. And like, let's be real, Leah is barely 18 or 17, 18.
Yeah.
There's so many young women on the grid. Like,
I mean, also quickly, we didn't even touch on this.
Larson.
Alba Larson.
One more other thing I wanted to say.
I mean, incredible. She's the youngest driver on the grid, 16, a full-time F1 Academy driver. Excellent. Like, I mean, the way she moves through the track, she didn't have the best qualifying this weekend, so she had to do a little bit more work, but still she makes her way through the grid, and it's just absolutely incredible. Some of the overtakes she does are also feel in a way inspired or creative, you know, so I'm really excited. And also what I am excited about is, one, obviously she's incredibly talented. She's already doing really well in the car. So I'm looking forward to her next season. I'm looking forward to Alicia Palmovsky next season. Also looking forward to Emma Felbermeyer next season.
There's definitely Nina Gardemann.
Yeah, exactly. So those are like the 4 drivers that I'm definitely having my eye on for next season, as long as they...
Esme will be on the grid. If everything works out for her, then I'm very excited to see her, because if this is what you're doing with just one shot.
Yes, I agree. And then the only other thing I think of when I think of Alba, just because she's so good right now, I'm hoping that, of course, we'll see how next season goes, and then how she will fare if she has hopefully the funding to continue in different single-seater junior categories, because she is still so young.
Yeah, absolutely.
That really just helps, because, I mean, like, if you're like 21, like Dorian, you're in F1 Academy, which is equivalent to F4. It's a lot more steps.
Yeah. In Dorian's defense, right? This is the first time or second season for her single seater.
Of course.
She was more focused on GT before she got the offer.
And she does like endurance race, and she was supposed to do Le Mans last year.
Yeah. This year she said she's only focusing on the single seater because she definitely wants to win the championship, and she's done her work for it.
But I'm just saying age-wise. Yeah. Like, not saying that you can't be an older rookie. No. By any means. But I just see a little bit more. Maybe there will be more opportunities for her, depending on obviously how her trajectory goes. But I'm like, maybe Alba will be one of the first people to really, or first women to really break into, or more successfully break into Formula 3 and Formula 2 and maybe even Formula 1. Who knows?
I think Formula 1 she might still be a little bit too old for that, but still, it's awesome to see. But I feel like we're doing so well
on the track, which is really really exciting. But what's the last thing you wanted to say?
The last thing I wanted to talk about is Aurelia Nobles.
Okay?
I told you last. So first of all, in the first race, I loved that for her. A bunch of times she just sent it in the corner and she was like, "You guys better motherfucking figure it out."
Yeah,
because she has been. All of the crashes she had this year were because of someone else, right? Because she was always a casualty. Then in the second race, she had to take avoiding action because someone spun out. It was Tina who spun out in the middle. No, it was Emma Felbermeyer who spun out in the middle of the corner, and she had to take avoiding action that ended up losing her like 6 positions or some nonsense. I'm gonna say this, and for anyone who's not familiar with the F1 Academy, but is familiar with MotoGP. Aurelia Nobles is the equivalent of this year's John Mir.
Oh God!
The guy is just catching strays on MotoGP, who's constantly the casualty of someone else's mistake, and she is that equivalent. I told you last night I would tell you that because it's so true.
Yes, it's so true. I was thinking about her earlier too because you were talking about it's so frustrating because it is also her second season.
It is her second season,
and she's just been getting caught up in the sauce so much this
because
year.
We've seen her race in the front and she scored a podium and she does well, but because I think her qualifying is maybe not her strong suit, she's always qualifying kind of in the middle field, which of course it is a skill to being able to put the lap together, but it's literally all the time she gets crashed out because someone else can't keep it on track, or she's always like, it is always so unlucky. And so when in the first race, a bunch of times she just sent it in that one corner, and also she you can clearly see the smoke coming out, but she just sent it, and I was like, you know what, everyone else I'd be like, don't do that, but with her I'm like, you're old. You're owed, Aurelia. If you're watching this, you're owed, and I 100% support you doing that because everyone else always caused you so much heartache.
Yeah.
You go and
you
send
caused
it.
them some heartache.
Yeah, you go fucking send it.
You made a heartbreaker of F1 Academy this
You
season.
send it. You send it, girl. You send it. We support you sending it.
Yes.
But I think this also brings us to the very end of this podcast. It got a little wild at the end, but Aurelia, we believe in you.
Yes.
And just fucking send it.
Yes, indeed.
But as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're watching us on YouTube, of course, get in the comments, like, subscribe. Let us know what you watched this weekend. I know there was so much more.
Yes.
My favorites were watching, but I didn't have the time to watch it. The Euro Truck Racing. I missed it. Next year, I'm going to watch the whole fucking season. I'm telling you guys right now.
All right.
All right. Well, what the support. And then if you're on Spotify, 5 stars, follow. Thank you for showing up today.
Yeah.
On Labor Day, I'm making you labor.
I know, truly.
As if I make you do this.
But anyways, tune in on Thursday when we bring out our What to Watch so we can tell you about the 10 races to watch this upcoming weekend. And then
next weekend, for sure, next week you have to tune in for the race recaps because then I finally got a haircut.
Oh, so you can not wear a hat anymore.
Yeah. So if you're looking for that, tune in.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.